Do you wanna build a snowman? Hello everybody, my name is TV's Guide, and this video is gonna get copyright claimed by Disney, cause this is the Frozen 2 teaser trailer. And I'm just gonna ramble about it incoherently for a while. I don't think I have much of a point to make here. I don't think I have any profound insights to offer you. I just have a lot of thoughts and a lot of confusion. And I'm gonna try and sort of sort through it while we look at the trailer doing its thing. Cause this is a statement, isn't it? This is a bit of a statement. This is not what anyone was expecting when they heard the words Frozen 2 teaser trailer. I don't think anyone saw this coming. So let's start with what the heck is... Like, the first thing that caught my eye about this is the aesthetic dissonance that's going on here. We have this profoundly realistically rendered, dark, desolate shoreline that looks straight out of a Kingdom Hearts cutscene, with this hyper-realistic, just foreboding, terrifying shoreline with the water and the surf breaking. And then we have Elsa. She's just there. The original Frozen looked like a storybook. Like, it looked like a kid's cartoon of what a winter wonderland would look like. It was bright, it was colorful, it was saturated. The snow physics were amazing, but it looked like a storybook. It looked like a cartoon, as it were. It had a very cartoony art style. Not to say that it couldn't do dark stuff and stuff, but it had this very bright, saturated, very Disney cartoon style. This doesn't. Like, nothing about this ocean says Disney movie to me. Everything about this ocean says dark, depressing indie horror film to me. And so that aesthetic disconnect is interesting to me. Like, this feels like a statement from the filmmakers. They're saying Frozen 2 is not a Disney sequel like you come to. Like, normally when you think about a Disney sequel to a popular princess movie, you go like, oh, now the princess has a daughter, and the daughter has, like, you think of like The Little Mermaid 2, where Ariel has a daughter, and Ursula has a sister who's also a sea witch, so we're gonna do the first movie again, except instead of her being forbidden from going out of the ocean, she's being forbidden from going into the ocean. That's the fun. And you get this kind of crappy rehash of the original story, except with worse animation, worse voice acting, worse songs, and just really no point to it except to sell straight to DVD video rental sales. This is not that. And that comes across pretty much immediately, because look at who this Elsa character is. Now, in the original film, everything about Elsa's character is about her dysfunctional relationship with her powers, which is sort of a quasi-metaphor, or at least a sort of parallel storyline with her dysfunctional relationship to her sister and her family, and, you know, how she's the Snow Queen because she's pushing people away to keep them safe because she's scared of herself and her powers, and there's a thing about self-acceptance and yada yada. There's none of that Elsa in this trailer. Like, no. There's no conflict about, oh, what are my powers for? Am I a proper person? Can I be? No. She's running across, like, the most scary ocean I have ever seen rendered in a Disney movie ever. And she's not only running across it, she's getting battered by it, slammed back, and then she's doing it again, and getting cooler at it every time she does it, using her powers freely, comfortably, happily, just throwing them around like she's a freaking X-Man. So again, the trailer here is saying to me, we're not repeating anything from the first movie. We're not just doing Frozen again. We're doing something else here. What is that something else? I don't really know, but it seems to be sort of at the halfway point between Lord of the Rings and a goddamn anime. Look at this shot! Look at this. Okay, so when you have the visual of a million things floating creepily in the air, that's a deeply absurdist visual. Like, it's an absurdist visual. Its gravity has been suspended, which is like the fundamental force of creation. And these things are just hovering there, being menacing and making the world look wrong. It's like a René Magritte painting. It's literally a René Magritte painting, actually. And this is something like straight out of Neon Genesis Evangelion. And the reason why it's threatening is because the normal rules of reality have been suspended. This is not something that's supposed to be able to happen, which is why Anna is distressed about it. Then we have this shot, which is like straight out of Fellowship of the Ring. I expect to see ring wraiths coming over the hill any second now, like chasing him down. Give us the Hobbit! If you want him, come and claim him. And summoning water horses out of the air. And also, again, like I said, the original Frozen we have this scene, which is clearly supposed to be like, this is supposed to be the statement piece. This is not your daddy's Frozen. We're doing something else different now. Then we have this other aesthetic that's being established where, okay, here we can see some of the old films aesthetics sort of still present. Like, we've still got the, fantasy fairy tale forest land with these highly stylized trees that remind me of nothing so much as the stylization style that was used for, not Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, if you remember that film. And also indeed Cinderella, like this highly stylized version of doing foliage and trees. But it's been heavily desaturated. All the snow, of course, is gone, and just the way it's shot is something that you really wouldn't find in a Frozen movie. And then you have this static, unmoving, foreboding, incredibly lonely shot of Anna. I think she's hiding in the lair of Shelob, like at the end of Return of the King, before she gets stung and Sam has to take the ring to Mordor. I think that's what's going on there. So tonally, it's all over the place compared to Frozen, and it's in a much darker, much more grounded place. That is not to say it's in a realistic place, although, again, I cannot stress enough just how incredible the water looks in this goddamn... Anyway, what fascinates me about this is, first of all, like... Okay, here we have Elsa using her magic superpowers to fight off the magic superpowers of some unseen villain. I have to imagine. Like, I have to imagine that somewhere in here is a confrontation between Elsa's superpowers and the superpowers of some new villain who's threatening them somehow or something. And we've got fire versus ice. It's a natural thing going on, which is why I brought up the X-Men before, because this feels a lot like that. Like, this feels a lot like less we're discovering our powers and more we have now discovered the realm of Arendelle and the magic ice powers that live there. Now we are traveling out into the world to learn about all the other mutants that live out there. We're essentially going on a Cerebro quest to find them and see what their superpowers can do, and then we're pitting our superpowers against their superpowers, and then we're gonna form the Avengers, I guess. I don't know. It'd be really cool if this was an official, like, Marvel integration and all of a sudden it's like Professor Xavier is going to show up. It's like, I would like to talk to you about Charles Xavier's School for Gifted Individuals. I'm getting off track because this is still weirding me out. Again, a shot lifted like directly from an adventure film like Fellowship of the Ring or indeed The Hobbit. This shot is telling us these characters have come to this place that they don't understand and they don't know. Their quest is to journey across it to reach whatever. Who cares? Who knows? I don't know. I don't care. This is just interesting to me. I don't know why Olaf is there, though. They couldn't he just, like, Olaf, couldn't he just have, like, melted? Or just, maybe he's gone away on vacation, and he doesn't go on the journey. Except, of course, they need him for the merchandising, but why is he there? Anyway, that's a tangent. Doesn't matter. The whole... just everything about this trailer fascinates me. Because this is not the kind of thing that you'd usually see Disney do with the sequel to something as profoundly successful as Frozen. This shot right here! Like... where did that come from? And, like... Anna, the sword maiden, drawing her boyfriend's sword and fighting off whatever's coming up behind. This is interesting. This is really, really interesting. So, if I had to take a stab in the dark at what kind of a story they're going to be telling, basically I'm thinking Fairy Tale Avengers, but not as a direct superhero movie thing, but we've definitely got the montage here of Elsa, training her powers, growing stronger, overcoming a challenge, progressively attempt by attempt, yada, yada, yada. We've definitely got some other supernatural force encroaching on Arendelle and bringing chaos or disruption or disorder to Arendelle. Like, all of these symbols that are hanging out on these ice crystals or whatever they are hovering in the air. Because, like, this could be a stylized version of fire. This could be a stylized version of water. This could be a stylized version of, like, earth and air. Maybe there's some kind of elemental thing going on, because that certainly seems to be what's happening, because we have Elsa who's doing ice. Then we have whoever it is that's doing magic evil fire. And then we have wind. And then we have these two characters, by the way. That's not Anna, who's standing over there. That's a much younger and an entirely new character, who, again, if I had to take a guess, I think these two are Hansel and Gretel. I think these two are, like, I think what might be happening is that the cast and crew from Arendelle are going to be traveling across the world, meeting characters from different fairy tales who have different superpowers, and fighting some kind of evil supervillain who's threatening all of them. If I had to take a guess based on the trailer. Especially with, like, how this particular bit emphasizes the whole, like, the flying leaves and wind and stuff going on there. That would be my best guess for what's going on here. And also, they're going to fight the ring wraiths. It's like, no man can kill me, and Anna's gonna be like, I am no man, and then she's gonna kill the Witch King, which saves the Kingdom of Gondor. And then Spider-Man shows up, and they go out, and they just, like, it's gonna be like Miles Morales. It's gonna be a tie-in with Into the Spider-Verse, because it turns out that Kristoff has Spider-Man powers. I don't know. Anything can happen. They opened with this goddamn shot. Like, what the hell? Oh yeah, this is Frozen 2. That's what this is Frozen 2. Sure, I can accept that. That's perfectly normal and not weird at all. What the hell are you doing, Disney? You're messing with me. You're messing with me specifically. I thought I had this figured out. I thought I knew what Frozen 2 was gonna be. I thought it was just gonna be more sort of sanitized fairy tale cartoon stuff with a annoying snowman and bright colors everywhere. But no, we're doing, like, the Realm of Darkness from Kingdom Hearts 3, and Elsa's apparently hanging out here now. When does she get a Keyblade? Does Sora show up? I think Sora should show up. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. I'm going in a little bit insane just looking at this, because, again, this could be freaking amazing. Like, there could be something really, really special happening here. I don't know if there is. I don't know if this is a teaser trailer. It's designed to be super vague. It's designed to be open to any kind of interpretation. It's designed to get people hype. It's designed to get idiots like me to spend like 15 minutes on YouTube just talking about how cool and mysterious the trailer is, so that people will get excited for the film. And even if subsequent teaser trailers show a film that's much more conventional than what's being teased here, everybody will go to see it anyway, because it might be something unusual or cool, because all the people early on were getting excited about it. I'm falling into their trap. They've got me by the things you're not really supposed to mention in Disney movies. But god damn it, everything about this trailer, everything about the cinematography, the aesthetics, the color design, the way it's shot, even the way that the trailer is scored, this version of magic, like, again, this is bright and colorful, sure, but this is not a magic aesthetic that you would see in the original Frozen movie. This is not how they would represent that kind of thing. Because this is purple, this is menacing, this is like out of Terran and the Magic Cauldron. This is scary. Downright scary, and these environments look like Skyrim in some ways. And I'm fascinated by it. I'm genuinely fascinated by it. And they got me. They got me, man. It's game over. I'm gonna see this in the cinemas. Unless the next teaser trailer just turns out to be incredibly boring and conventional, I'm gonna see this in cinemas. Look at how the ice is stained with dirt and earth. Almost as though, and again, thematically, we're going from winter to fall here, which is the weird reverse going backwards in the calendar thing. I don't know why they've chosen to do it that specific way, but that was interesting to me as well, that we've got this thing of tainted ice, right? And again, signifying that this movie is taking a somewhat darker tone. This is no longer this pure, bright, cartoony ice. This is tainted ice. This is ice that's been lying on the ground and it's got a bunch of dirt frozen up inside it and stuff like that. How far will Disney have allowed the directors to go? How far will Disney... Okay, you made $100 billion for it with that last movie. Go do whatever the hell you want with the next one. If that's what Disney have done, like, if they have really given the directors free rein to just go apparently insane and do whatever the hell they want, then they have taken the right lessons from their stewardship of Marvel, where also they've had a lot of their success by going, okay, you have proven you made a movie that made money, just go a little crazy with the next one. Do something weird. Make Thor Ragnarok and reboot the entire Thor franchise by doing a crazy space comedy with Taika Waititi and a big rock golem who says, "Piss off, ghosts." Sure, go ahead and do that. And apparently that philosophy is present here. With Frozen 2, you want to do like a dark Elsa in a hellscape trying to run across a roiling sea to go on an adventure to fight a fire witch with some wind wizards. Sure, why not? Go ahead. It's gonna make a lot of money. And I feel like probably Disney are confident enough in just, they know it's gonna make a lot of money. They know everybody's gonna go to see it because it's Frozen 2, and every single, like, child under 15 on the face of the earth is going to go and see it and drag their family along. They're not worried about that. They don't really have to worry whether it's gonna be successful, which may mean that they're a little bit more comfortable letting it be unusual. Again, I don't think I have a coherent point to make in this video. I don't think I have any particularly compelling insights to offer. I just wanted to talk about how weird this trailer is for a while, because this trailer is weird. It's weirding me out. I still can't believe I'm really looking at this. Is not what Frozen 2 was supposed to be. Anyway, this video is going to get copyright claimed by Disney all to hell. So, you can hit the like button, subscribe, YouTube thing, and sometimes, occasionally, when trailers come out that baffle me, I'll do a rambly video like this. It's not really what I mostly do on the channel, but sometimes I have to sound like a drunk lunatic for a while at things. That's just how I do. Anyway, if you want to support the channel to get, like, I'm not getting ad revenue for this one, so if you have like $1 that you don't mind parting with, you can head on over to Coffee, where you can tip me like a one-time thing to say, hey, good job sounding weird about a Disney movie for 15 minutes. That was great. Here's $1 for that. You can do that. You can also head on over to Patreon, where you can support with like a subscription thing per monthly if you want to, if you're able to. I'd be very happy to receive it. I'd be very grateful. If you're not willing or able to do either of those things, of course, that's completely okay. I'm just baffled that you have watched this video so far, and also very gratified by it, so thank you very much. If you've not enjoyed this video, I can't say that I blame you. And there's a dislike button down below that allows you to express that, although it's not quite the dislike button that you remember. I mean, you know, they introduced the dislike button. It was a big hit. Everybody loved it. But now there's this new dislike button, which kind of looks a little like the old dislike button, but they've kind of changed everything around it, and it has this weird, completely different mood from the original dislike button. And it's hard to place what's even going on, but then you click on it, and it's not really the same experience that you were expecting, and it feels like it's setting up a completely different mood. And so you might not get what you expect when you click the dislike button. Maybe you click the dislike button and you actually leave a like on the video. I don't know. Logic doesn't exist anymore. The world is turned upside down. Cats and dogs living together. Total pandemonium. I'm gonna go lie down now. Bye.